Are you fighting with morning stiffness, tiredness, and health problems that your doctor says are just part of getting older? What if they're totally wrong? Today I'll share the exact 5 morning habits that have kept me free from medicine and living on my own at 94, while friends half my age need daily pills and help. The third habit completely changed my brain health and takes just 4 minutes each morning. Yet 92% of older adults skip it entirely, missing the single most important chance to keep their mind sharp. 2 years ago, my doctor was amazed during my yearly checkup. My body markers showed the health of someone in their 60s, over 30 years younger than my real age. When he asked about my secret, I told him about these 5 simple morning habits I followed carefully for decades. These are habits that anyone can start using tomorrow morning. The first habit is a smart water drinking routine. Why do 84% of older adults wake up with stiff joints, mental fog, and low energy when a simple 30-second morning water routine could stop it? Most people don't know that the loss of water that happens during the sleep is actually a big health risk for adults over 60. Scientists at Johns Hopkins Medicine found that even mild loss of water drops brain function by 27% and raises swelling markers by 31% in adults over 65. This happens because your body loses about 1 liter of water during sleep through breathing and sweating. Yet most older adults start their day with drinks that remove water like coffee, rather than replacing this important loss. The link between morning water loss and faster aging is so strong that doctors who work with older adults now think of it as a key sign for predicting health outcomes in older people. Eleanor, 82, had daily headaches and dizziness for years, until she found out her long-term water loss was the main cause. Her doctor had given various treatments without ever dealing with this basic problem. Starting your day without enough water speeds up joint damage and mental decline within hours, creating a chain of health problems most doctors wrongly diagnose. The fluid in your joints becomes thicker when you don't have enough water, making more friction and wear with every movement. In the same way, your brain cells need proper water levels to keep electrical activity and remove waste products that built up overnight. Without enough morning water, these waste products stay in brain tissue longer, adding to brain fog and possibly to long-term mental decline. The answer is very simple, but timing is important. Prepare a 16-ounce glass of room temperature water with a small pinch of natural salt before bed and drink it right when you wake up, before coffee or breakfast. Room temperature water gets absorbed more quickly than cold water, and the tiny amount of salt helps with cell absorption through a process called osmotic balance. This isn't about drinking more water throughout the day, though that's helpful too. The specific benefit comes from breaking the overnight fast with immediate water before introducing any other substances. For those who find plain water hard to drink first thing in the morning, adding a small squeeze of lemon is okay, but avoid any sweeteners which can trigger insulin responses that interfere with morning body processes. Your cells are lacking water right now. Use this habit tomorrow morning to feel immediate improvement. Within days, you'll likely notice less joint stiffness and improved mental clarity. Within weeks, the building effects can include improved digestion, better energy levels, and even improved skin stretch as your body's water status becomes normal. This habit alone changed my morning experience at age 75, and I've kept it carefully for nearly 20 years. The second habit is getting sunlight at the right time. Did you know that missing the important morning sunlight window raises your risk of sadness by 69% and messes up sleep patterns within days? This number from a University of Colorado study shows one of the most overlooked parts of older adult health. Stanford University's Center for Sleep Sciences confirms that 10 to 15 minutes of morning sunlight exposure resets daily rhythms and boosts happy brain chemicals by 42% in older adults. The specific light waves of early morning sunlight trigger special receivers in your retina called melanopsin receivers, which then signal your brain's master clock in the hypothalamus. This precisely timed light exposure sets dozens of body processes in motion, from hormone production to body temperature control to digestive enzyme release. Robert, 78, got rid of his sleep medicine after simply changing when he got daily sunlight exposure. He had been taking his daily walks in the afternoon, not knowing that morning light exposure is basically different in its body effects. Without proper morning light exposure, your brain reduces melatonin production, creating a damaging cycle of poor sleep, increased swelling, and faster aging. The disruption affects far more than just sleep quality. Your daily rhythm influences over 150 body processes, including blood pressure control, immune function, and even how well your body processes nutrients from food. Research from Northwestern University has shown that older adults with messed up daily rhythms show measurably faster rates of muscle loss and mental decline compared to those with stable daily rhythms. Step outside within 30 minutes of waking for 10 to 15 minutes of natural morning light exposure, even on cloudy days. The key is to avoid wearing glasses, sunglasses, or contacts during this exposure if possible, as glass and plastic filter out some of the specific light waves needed for daily rhythm reset. The light must enter through your eyes to be effective. Skin exposure alone won't reset your internal clock. If weather absolutely prevents outdoor exposure, sitting near a window helps somewhat, though it's roughly 50% less effective than direct outdoor light. For those in extremely northern areas with limited winter sunlight, a medical-grade light therapy box designed specifically for daily rhythm control can be a helpful substitute, though natural light remains better when available. Your body's internal clock is waiting for tomorrow morning's light signal. Don't miss this important window again. The benefits of this habit build over time, creating increasingly stable sleep-wake cycles that support every aspect of health. Within a week of consistent morning light exposure, most older adults report falling asleep more easily and waking more refreshed. Within a month, many experience improvements in mood, energy, and digestive regularity as their internal clocks stabilize. The third habit is a 4-minute brain training routine. Why are you allowing your brain to lose about 30,000 neural connections every morning when a simple 4-minute routine could reverse this loss? This is an exaggeration. It's based on brain research into brain flexibility in aging adults. Brain scientists at Harvard Medical School found that brain training exercises done right after waking increase brain flexibility by 37% and improve executive function throughout the day. The early morning hours represent a unique opportunity for brain training because your neural networks are in a more adaptable state as you transition from sleep to wakefulness. This is due to elevated levels of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, often called miracle grow for brain cells, which peaks shortly after waking and gradually declines throughout the day. Margaret, 86, prevented significant mental decline during recovery from hip surgery by keeping this morning mental routine while physical therapy was postponed during her recovery. Her brain exercises kept brain function during this otherwise high-risk period. Skipping morning brain activation creates a building deficit, speeding up mental decline and increasing dementia risk by 29%, according to long-term studies from the National Institute on Aging. Each morning represents an important opportunity to engage the brain's flexibility mechanisms, either positively through deliberate activation or negatively through passive activities that fail to stimulate neural growth. The damage of skipping this habit isn't immediately obvious, which is precisely why so many older adults neglect it until mental changes become noticeable. At that point, significant neural connections have already been lost. Perform the 4-4-4 morning challenge. Solve one simple math problem, recall one detailed memory, learn 4 new words, and visualize your day for 4 minutes total. This precise combination activates multiple brain regions at the same time, creating what brain scientists call cross-connectivity that strengthens overall mental resilience. The math problem activates your logical reasoning centers. Memory recall strengthens hippocampus networks essential for information storage. Vocabulary learning builds language centers, and visualization engages planning and executive function areas in your prefrontal cortex. The specific 4-minute time frame is based on research showing that brief, intense mental engagement is more effective than longer passive activities. To use this effectively, prepare materials the night before. Perhaps a math problem from a book or app, a memory prompt such as recalling your 30th birthday, 4 new vocabulary words, and a simple visualization exercise. Your brain's neural connections form or fade with each morning's choices. Strengthen them tomorrow. The mental protection this habit provides is both immediate and building. Within hours, you'll experience improved mental clarity and sharper decision-making. Within weeks, regular practitioners report better word recall and increased confidence in mental abilities. Within months, the habit creates measurable increases in cognitive reserve, the brain's ability to compensate for age-related changes or minor injuries. I've practiced this habit since age 70 and credit it significantly for my continued mental sharpness at 94. The fourth habit is a smart movement sequence. Are you sabotaging your independence by following outdated morning exercise advice that actually increases joint damage in older adults over 70? Most traditional stretching routines were designed for younger bodies and can be actively harmful for aging joints and tissues. Research from the Mayo Clinic shows that performing the wrong morning movements increases swelling by 31%, while a targeted 7-minute movement sequence reduces pain and stiffness by 44% within 2 weeks. This dramatic difference exists because aging connective tissue requires a specific approach to movement that respects its changed biological properties. After age 70, collagen fibers become less hydrated and more cross-linked, meaning they need gentle, progressive warming rather than the aggressive stretching often recommended in fitness magazines or videos targeted at younger adults. Thomas, 85, reversed his need for a walker by replacing his harmful morning routine with this smart sequence. He had been faithfully following a stretching routine from his 50s, unaware it was contributing to his movement decline. Common morning stretches like toe touches and neck rolls create microdamage in older adults, speeding up the very joint problems you're trying to prevent. Deep forward bends place excessive pressure on spinal discs that have lost hydration with age, while rapid neck movements can compromise blood flow through the already narrowed vertebral arteries typical in older adults. Even seemingly gentle movements like sitting twists can create shearing forces on spinal facet joints if performed immediately upon waking before tissues have reached optimal operating temperature. Follow the inside-out movement sequence: gentle shoulder rotations, seated marching, doorway chest expansions, supported squats, and ankle circles, all before breakfast. This sequence follows a body sound progression that first increases core body temperature and blood flow to major muscle groups before challenging joint ranges of motion. Begin with seated shoulder rotations, arms relaxed at sides, making small circles that gradually increase for 30 seconds to activate upper body circulation. Progress to seated marching. Alternate lifting knees while seated on a firm chair for 1 minute to engage core stabilizers and increase lower body blood flow. Move to doorway chest expansions. Stand in a doorway with hands at shoulder height on either side. Gently lean forward for 30 seconds to counteract the forward posture many older adults develop. Continue with supported squats, holding a counter or sturdy chair. Bend knees only as far as comfortable for 1 minute to activate the largest muscles in your body and stimulate metabolic activity. Finish with seated ankle circles. Extend one leg and rotate foot clockwise and counterclockwise for 30 seconds per foot to improve lower extremity circulation and ankle mobility, critical for fall prevention. Your joint health is determined by how you move in the first 30 minutes after waking. Start the correct sequence tomorrow. Most older adults notice immediate improvements in morning stiffness within the first few days. Within 2 weeks, the building benefits typically include improved posture, reduced pain with daily activities, and increased confidence in movement. After a month of consistent practice, many report significant functional improvements in activities that previously caused discomfort, such as getting in and out of cars or reaching overhead items. This movement sequence has been the foundation of my physical independence since my late 80s, allowing me to maintain household activities that many of my peers have long since abandoned. The fifth habit is a protein timing nutrition plan. Did you know that eating the wrong breakfast foods speeds up muscle loss by 23% in adults over 70, regardless of your total daily protein intake? This finding from research published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition challenges conventional nutrition advice that focuses on total daily amounts rather than smart timing. Nutrition researchers at Tufts University Human Nutrition Center on Aging found that protein timing, not just amount, determines whether older adults maintain muscle mass or experience rapid muscle loss. After age 60, your body's anabolic resistance increases significantly, meaning you need both more protein and more precisely timed protein to stimulate muscle maintenance. Most older adults consume their largest protein portion at dinner when the body's ability to synthesize muscle is already declining, while eating a carbohydrate-heavy breakfast when protein synthesis potential is at its peak. Barbara, 91, reversed 2 years of declining strength within months by simply changing when and how she consumed protein. She had been eating a traditional breakfast of toast, fruit, and coffee, a common pattern that provides virtually no support for aging muscles. The typical older adult breakfast creates dangerous blood sugar fluctuations that increase swelling, speed up muscle loss, and compromise mental function for the entire day. Starting your day with carbohydrate-dominant foods triggers an insulin response that actually inhibits your body's ability to burn fat for the next several hours. It also fails to provide the essential amino acids needed during the morning hours when your muscle cells are most receptive to growth signals. For older adults, this missed opportunity is particularly costly because the anabolic window, the time when muscles are primed for protein synthesis, narrows with each passing decade. Consume at least 25 to 30 grams of protein within 30 minutes of completing your morning movement sequence, prioritizing eggs, Greek yogurt, or a protein smoothie with added collagen. This specific amount is based on research showing that older adults need approximately 30 grams of high-quality protein in a single meal to overcome age-related anabolic resistance and stimulate muscle protein synthesis. Spreading smaller amounts throughout the day is less effective than this concentrated morning dose. The timing after movement is intentional. Light physical activity increases blood flow to muscles and primes them to utilize protein more efficiently. For practical application, this might mean 2 eggs with cottage cheese, a Greek yogurt with added protein powder mixed in, or a smoothie containing whey or plant protein plus collagen, which provides specific amino acids that support joint and skin health. Avoid combining this protein with high glycemic carbohydrates like white bread or sweet fruits, which can blunt the muscle-preserving effects. Your body's anabolic window opens each morning. Don't waste tomorrow's opportunity for cellular repair. Within days of implementing this habit, many older adults report improved energy levels throughout the morning hours. Within weeks, most notice improvements in grip strength and reduced fatigue during daily activities. After 3 months, research indicates measurable preservation or even increases in lean muscle mass, compared to steady declines in those maintaining traditional breakfast patterns. I follow this protein timing plan religiously since my mid-80s and credit it substantially for maintaining functional strength well beyond what most of my peers experience. These 5 morning habits aren't complicated health secrets. They're simple biological alignments that honor your body's natural rhythms. I've maintained my independence at 94, not through extraordinary means, but through ordinary habits performed consistently. Your body has the same remarkable capacity for resilience at any age when you provide the right inputs at the right times. The morning hours represent your greatest opportunity for biological optimization, setting the trajectory for your entire day. Which of these morning habits are you already doing, and which will you start tomorrow? Share your morning routine in the comments below. Your experience might help another older adult regain their health and independence. Subscribe for next week's video, where I'll reveal the evening habits that ensure perfect sleep without any sleep aids. And please share this with someone struggling with their health. These simple morning changes could transform their life too.